Hi there. So I thought I'd do a quick review of a product I've just bought and just received through the door, through the post. It's the Shardor coffee grinder, spice grinder. So I'll let you have a look at that, and I've only just opened it, so we'll look at it literally together and we'll give it a go. That's the coffee grinder. So I've only just taken it out of the box now. This is what it comes in. I bought it from Amazon, obviously from a store through Amazon. Get your plastic with it, some sort of manual, haven't looked at that yet. I think it's fairly straightforward to use anyway. So it's an electric plug one, it plugs in, comes with two different types of grinders. It's a twist in to twist out thing, so that goes in there, and it's got two different shapes. This one here I believe is more for the smaller spices, and this one here is for your coffee. I've just given these a rinse. I will show you. I was a bit disappointed how dirty these were, my ones, but it might be something that's what gets on stainless steel these days. It's like sort of like a blue sort of dusty sort of thing. I have seen it before on one of my pans when I cleaned it, so it might not necessarily be this product, but more so the stainless steel. So I'll show you this one to show you what I mean. So I've just rinsed it with water and haven't wiped it with tissue yet, but I'll do that now. I'm going to use some alcohol cleaning solution. So that should make sure it's nice and clean before I use it. So just put it on some tissue, do the cap up because I'll probably knock it over, get that out of the way. Right, so I've cleaned the other one already, but I'll clean this one so you can show. So there's nothing on the tissue. And then just clean it. And you see you get this sort of dusty, I don't know what it is, it's just some sort of dust. It looks perfectly clean when you're looking at it, but when you wipe it, you get this. But like I say, I think it's more so stainless steel in general it goes on. So not a fault of the product, just obviously when you get it, give it a clean. That's got a nice clean now. Right, so this is your coffee one. You've got some sort of max and min. When you fill it up, it says that it needs to be above the minimum amount, so you get the marks inside. So whenever you fill it up, it does need to be a minimum level of coffee in this case, or spices in this case. Right. So that's I'm going to do some spices now, give it a go. So that's the one I'm going to use. So when it goes in, that's the front of it. It's just got these like little notches that sort of just go into these grooves inside here. And when it falls in, give it a twist to lock it in place, and that's secured now. And the lid goes on top, and then to actually turn it on, there's no button, you just push on top. Obviously not working it because I haven't got it plugged in, but just showing you. Right, just plugged it in. Right, so the lead, no, I wouldn't say the lead's that long, it depends where you're going to have it, I guess, but yeah, if it's on your counter and near a socket, then it'll be fine. But, well, it's not long enough to reach the floor here. There we go. Let's get some of this stuff out of the way. Right, let's just give it a little test go. That's quite noisy. Right, just some random spices I bought yesterday to give a go. So I'll just throw some of those in and see what it looks like when it's grounded up. Just open those. Got some black peppercorns whole already, so not grounded up yet. Right. So I'll take that off to show you. Right, so black peppercorns. good amount of those in there. Got some green cardamoms, whole again. Put some of those in. Just so literally a random mix I'm putting together here now, but obviously just to test the product. A few of those, not too many of those. Some coriander seeds whole. Some of those in. So there's our level. Our level is... So that there is just at the minimum amount of ingredients you need to put in as a minimum, it says, but well, I guess it needs to be tested below the minimum, see what happens, but that's at the minimum amount now. Put some more of them in. And I'm going to put one black cardamom in. So that's just one of those going in there. And now let's put that back in then, so it goes in there, twists. That. And the lid just goes on. The lid doesn't twist, it just sits on top and you just put it. So that's after literally a couple seconds. Wow, that's a strong smell. So that's very coarsely ground, I would say. I'll go some more, see how fine it goes. That does a really good job. So I wouldn't say that's fine, but I'd say that's quite fine. If I do it a bit more. Yeah, obviously the longer you do it, the finer it goes. Makes sense, of course. Yes, does a really good job, to be honest. Right, so everything I put in there, I've now put into this little jar here. This is where I'm going to store it, my lid for it. But that's how it's come out. Obviously, the longer you go, the finer it's going to go. And that's the inside of it. Most of it comes out. Obviously, you get a few little bits sticking, but just give it a wash. If you want to do coffee, then you can do it in that one. But yeah, that's the product, that's the review. So far, happy with it. So that's the Shardor coffee grinder and spice grinder. Shardor, that's it there. Shardor coffee grinder, spice grinder.